What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad.
And it's your boy out here with the Real Squad.
And today we have Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Yes, sir.
And this is directed by Stephen Cable Jr. I believe this takes place right after the Bumblebee movie. So before all the Shia LaBeoufs and the Revenge of the Fallen and the Dark Side of the Moon movies, this is what happened before.
The unnecessary yelling. Optimus!
Right. Very cringe, Shia LaBeouf. Very cringe. And we are finally introduced to the Beast Wars characters.
Finally.
As far as Optimus Primal, we got Air Razor, Cheetor, and Rhinox. It's been a minute, but I think we all been waiting for it, and they finally did it with the Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
Now, does it hold up? Is it comparable to the Beast Wars cartoon? Or I wouldn't even call it a cartoon. That was like the first time they started using CGI in animation. But was it even good? Or, was it entertaining? Or was it just another one of those Transformers movies?
Let's see.
Let's find out.
Or
Is it a money grab?
Was it good?
All right. First things first. I'm gonna go out and say that this was actually a good Transformers movie.
Yeah.
The tone of it was a lot more slimmed down, if that makes sense. It was kind of a straight to the point plot.
Yes.
And the way they did the human characters this time, I actually liked it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, the human characters got a bit heavy in the first one. There was too much of the human plot. This one, it was more of we're getting to what the Transformers, Optimus and the gang, the Autobots, and the Maximals actually are trying to do.
Very true. And I feel like the humans were definitely the side characters, but with some substance. Anthony Ramos as Noah Diaz. Excuse me. He happened to be one of my favorite characters. He did a fantastic job. I haven't seen anything else he was in. I think he was in that what is that? It's like a sing-along movie Steven Spielberg just did. I don't know. Yeah, well, whatever. He was in that. I'll pull it up. But yeah, man, I was actually surprised on the approach he took. He was actually really funny, and he worked really well with one of the Autobots, Mirage, who was played by Pete Davidson. Also did a fantastic job voicing Mirage. I'm not a fan of Pete Davidson, and I'm a fan of his character Mirage for sure.
Yeah, same. Like, Pete Davidson did really. I didn't even know it was him till my man just told me. And Noah was a great character, great lead character. Even what's the other girl name?
Damn. Dominique Fishback. Yeah, she's starting to get real famous. She was in that new TV show by Childish Gambino, or Donald Glover. What is it called? Not the Beehive. Dang, I just had it. Crap. It's Swarm. She was in Swarm.
Close enough.
Yeah, right.
But she did good. I appreciate the fact that the human aspect of it was slimmed down. I felt like they listened to a lot of what the audience had to say about the last movies, because the last movies they had like big time actors like Shia LaBeouf is like, he's still like a big name.
Yeah,
like, he grew
for
up.
Sure.
And
Mark
Wahlberg, yeah, like, and this time they like took all the most of the attention off of having big name characters, so we don't have to pay attention to them as much, and they face don't have to be on the screen as much because they're not like big time actors.
All right.
And we could focus more on what we all came to see, what the movie is named after, the Transformers.
Right. And actually getting to see the actual Beast Wars. I mean, the Beast Wars, the Maximals as they're called.
Yeah.
That was going to be the highlight for me, and that was going to pretty much make it or break it. And they did a fantastic job. Ron Perlman voicing Optimus Primal, and you had Peter Dinklage, which I forgot who voices Scourge, the bad guy. Wow. Could not tell that was Scourge, but I knew going in that Optimus Primal was gonna be voiced by Ron Perlman, and it was a lot more. You were able to get attached to the characters a little bit more, even with the human characters. Even though it was slimmed down, you definitely cared about everybody.
Yeah, they had a lot of character development in the beginning, as far as Noah and his little brother, showing why he's doing all of this, as opposed to just like Shia LaBeouf running around caring about everything for no reason.
Yeah, they didn't go too deep into his life, but just enough for us to be attached, and that's what they did a great job with the writing and directing that part.
It showed his motive,
to
speak, like why he actually even wants to be a part of a literal robot fight, because obviously he's human, so you're not gonna be able to do too much. And I feel like a lot of the time Shia LaBeouf just inserted himself into that. Like he had no real reason to be a part of it.
He having to get saved too much.
He just felt like a loser. Like every time he would go somewhere, he'd be like, well, I saved the planet. And it's like, well, we don't know about that because it's supposed to be secret. But with Noah, it was more so like he's trying to save his family. He's doing it for his family, which is a noble cause. So we can all kind of
he was a noble character, because apparently he was this is not a spoiler because I think they mentioned it in the trailer, but he had like a military background. So he was definitely a patriot, if you would say.
Yep.
Michelle Yeoh is also in here as Air Razor, one of the Maximals, and Coleman Domingo plays Unicron, the ultimate bad guy. So Coleman Domingo, I did not know that was him voicing Unicron. I wasn't even thinking they would have a big name like that. He's doing pretty well right now, and it's pretty dope to see Michelle Yeoh getting more work after her little Oscar win. But I was thoroughly impressed. Like I said, the movie is not ridiculous as far as plot. It's really simple. You got to get the MacGuffin and stop the bad guys from getting it to save the world type of ordeal. And so, with that being said, I think the action worked really good. I don't have a lot of complaints, but the complaints I do have would be more so with the Maximals, as far as them transforming. We saw them transform, but not like in super detail how we get to see Bumblebee, Optimus, and Mirage, and even RC. They were really still like the legends as far as like being hidden and being incognito. Like they only transform or maximize when they absolutely had to, and it was only like one scene towards the end when they all actually did it,
and they had to get like permission. Like
yeah, for sure. Like he was like, all right.
Maximize.
Yeah, exactly. Optimus Primal had to, like, he was way more in control, and they had a lot more respect for. I felt like his crew had a lot more respect for him than Optimus Prime's crew, even though like they still a family, but I think they was more so knuckleheads in Optimus Prime's crew. And Optimus was a little bit of an asshole in this one for a little bit. He was being a straight dick.
I feel like that's what they was going for, like making him like the even though they've been on Earth for thousands of years at this point or something. I feel like they were trying to make him like a more early leader, like a more like unexperienced leader, and Optimus Primal was more like
more seasoned. That's what it seemed like, because even in the cartoon, if you didn't see it, the Maximals are from the future, but they time travel back to the past. And so there's a line in the trailer, they say we're a part of your future and your past or whatever. And I believe Optimus Primal got his name from Optimus Prime. So like Optimus Prime is like the one, like, you know what I'm saying, the dopest of the dopest when it comes to the Transformers.
Yeah, you know, primes are like the dopest. I feel the same way. Like I feel like Optimus Prime was just a little bit, I don't want to say childish because he's so old, but he was
bitter. He was so bitter.
It just felt like he was like not all the way there. He didn't trust humans at all. Like, so.
And I like the comparison with him and Noah had a lot of similarities that might get a little bit spoily, but they were pretty similar as far as how they felt about each other's civilization. But we're gonna get into a spoiler because something happens at the end of the movie that I would like to talk about.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
probably needs to be talked about when it comes to these movies, and that's where it's going next. So if you didn't see it yet, take a break from here, come back next time, come back later and see it. But
go see the movie. Pause the review, or actually just keep the review going. Just walk away from the screen. We need them views, gang. We need them views. For real. And mark it, then come back, and then
right. So it's revealed at the end of the movie. The whole movie, Noah has been trying to get the human character Noah Diaz has been trying to get a job doing security because he has like a security background, military background, and so he finally gets an interview at some security place. And in the beginning, you seem like it's not a big deal. He's just getting a job interview, and there's this guy who's I'll try to pull a picture of him up, but he usually doesn't play like really, really small roles. He's a really good character actor. I always forget his name. But he pops up and he's talking to Noah about, the job, but then he starts bringing up everything he did with the Transformers and the Maximals, and he's like, how do you know that? Right. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Right. You must got me mistaken. He was like, nah, I like the answers you giving me. That's how you're supposed to talk. No names over the airways. Like just saying all the little key, all the key
you were
words.
In Peru. He knew he was in Peru or something.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's like he gonna get recruited by the CIA or something like that, or the FBI. Yeah, me too. The dude, he slides a card across the desk, and Noah doesn't immediately look at the card, and the guy slides like a picture to the side on the wall, and then the wall splits open, and it's like a big, huge military base. I'm like, oh damn, this is clean, man. My man Noah looks down at that card, G.I. Joe. Oh man, yes, I was so juiced. I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was the kid in me, but I got hella juice when I seen that. I'm like, G.I. Joe and Transformers, let's go.
It was exciting.
Oh my god,
it was exciting. So they are combining the two universes together. I guess if you didn't get it by now, my man laid it out perfectly. They are combining G.I. Joe with Transformers.
And I'm assuming that's because they're both owned by Hasbro, the toy company. And so they're going to go ahead and go all out. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure they're going to do it regardless, but it'll be nice for the movie to make a decent amount of money so they can like hurry up and like spearhead it and get it out pretty fast. Because I need to see Snake Eyes and Bumblebee get down together, bro. Like, that's going to be crazy, man. And at the end of the movie, Noah gets a mech suit from Mirage. Like it started off as like a little hand. You've seen it in the trailer. He gets something on his hand that he can shoot and stuff. But eventually he gets more pieces of it and he becomes an entire mech. And they did something like this in a cartoon. I forgot what they were called, but they were little Autobots that compared to the actual Autobots, when they would combine with them, they'll be like guns or like little attachments. But when a human puts it on, it can become like a whole suit or a whole vehicle. And so I thought that was a nice touch to, throw in there, to pay homage to the old cartoon and, make the humans actually be able to do something other than just run and get saved. And
exactly.
Noah Diaz held it down in that mech suit. Exactly. He was going crazy at the end. The end fight was definitely worth the wait as far as the big, huge battle of the movie. It was definitely worth it.
It definitely makes it make more sense, because otherwise it's like, why are you bringing humans? Like they literally can't do anything.
Yeah, for real. Way too fragile.
Yeah, just like in the first ones, bro. Like Shia LaBeouf is there, and he's just there, like yelling at Optimus.
And I think it makes it even more crucial in this movie because it was humans dying, like getting destroyed in this thing. I'm like, but like it was obvious like these humans were dying and getting vaporized. I think Scourge blew up a hole in one of the buildings. There was clearly a security guard standing right there. Yeah. And even with Mirage, when he was taking Noah Diaz on one, you feel me? He made hella police cars crash, and I'm quite sure they died, dude.
Had to.
It was wild.
Like got hit by a big truck.
Yeah, it smashed the top of it.
Smacked the top, so he's done. And it's not like, a lot of the time they'll like show the security guard like getting out the way. No,
nah. If they wanted to, they damn near could have made this rated R. They would have showed the bodies.
Yeah, they just a little blood. Yeah, for sure.
They just didn't show y'all the bodies. I'm gonna rate it. And I don't know if you still want to give it a rating because you kind of went through something in your theater.
Yeah. All right, so let me just go through this. All right, so check this out, y'all. If you go to the movies, understand that there's everybody in this movie. We are all together. We do not need for your personal problems to become into the movie. So when I was there, some kids came in and ruined the movie for everybody. He's looking for somebody with flashlights, had flashlights on everybody, making it all mad. And then they just go up to the top row and just start beating up this girl.
Oh my God.
Definitely a bruh moment.
I would have been so hot.
So it took me all the way out the movie. Halfway through the movie this happened. So the whole last part of the movie, I'm out of the movie. So I don't even really want to give it a ranking because it won't be fair. It won't be fair because that definitely diminished my how I feel about the movie. So
I feel you.
We gonna go off of my boy Bryce. I like the movie, mind you. So I don't want to be unfair.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and give this the highest of highs when it comes to the real dope movie. So about a 7.9, really close to an 8. Like I said, the only gripes I had with it was the fact that we really didn't get to see the Maximals in their maximized state, and when we did, they were like in the middle of fighting, so it wasn't like a steal, you know what I'm saying? Like we get to really get to see them how they transformed, and like, you know, get to take it all in like we do with Optimus and Bumblebee and them. So maybe we will get that in the next movie. We get a little bit more of them, more of the Maximals. So hopefully, but yeah, man, real dope movie. High 7.9.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate it, but like some gripes I had was the dialogue was a little corny at times. Yeah, like he said, we didn't really get to see the Maximals' full potential. I'll say that. They definitely had a couple moments where they could have transformed, or at least could have showed up earlier.
Yeah.
But other than that, like he said, I had fun until that unfortunate event happened.
Remember, kids, don't fight in the theater. Just wait till you get outside.
Yeah, just wait.
We don't come throwing fighting. No.
No. Please don't fight at all,
man.
But if you have to, not just all right, yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys. It's been real with the Real Squad. June is a really heavy month for movies, and it seems like it's been on the up and up. So it's been exciting to go back to the theaters and watch these movies. But make sure you guys, of course, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscription button, and of course, the noti bell, because we're gonna need you to be a part of that notification gang.
Noti gang.
So you always know when we're dropping something. But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys. It's been real. We're gonna be keeping it real, and y'all stay real. And we are out.
Peace.